Coach, I'm guessing that you're going with the same defensive setup as Game 7?
Yeah, very likely.
Okay.
Yep.
As far as Trevor Van Riemsdyk, I mean, where does he sit? Is there any possibility of him playing?
Not playing today, but he's real close. We asked could he play today, and he was sitting there. He's that close, so he's, we expect him to very good chance he's going to be in the series.
Is it strange at all to have a storied defenseman like Timonen, who's had the kind of career that he's had, to be in the sort of difficult situation he's been in the playoffs?
I think that when we acquired him, we knew he was depth, and he hadn't played in a while, and I think he got to play regularly for us, and his minutes obviously weren't very high, and I thought he gave us a steady influence there down the stretch. And I think in the playoffs as well. And I think that we feel on the back end, his minutes as we went along here were okay. And there's an opportunity in Game 6 to where we made a change, and the results were good. And I think that's part of the decision where we're at today. Not easy for him, but he's a great pro, and I think he wants to play and wants to play more, and very understandable.
Joel, going back to Van Riemsdyk, you're saying that he's good chance he's going to play. Do you have any hesitation at all putting a guy in who hasn't played NHL games since November, a rookie no less, in this situation?
Well, we saw him firsthand, what he was able to do this year when he came into training camp. I think he surprised us all by how well he played and how well he thought the game and how effective and efficient he is. So, we've been watching him. We've been skating him in practice every day, and one of his strengths is his reads, positionally aware, and decision making with the puck. So he's got a lot of attributes that can help our team, and I think he came onto the scene rather fast for us, and I think we got a lot of confidence and trust in him.
Joel, I know you get asked a lot about Kane and Taves. Is it something you would rather not keep together, or is it something you hope to leave together for a series and see how it goes?
Tough to forecast long term on that, but the last two games they were so good together. It's tough to get them apart right now, and we'll see how the game goes matchups wise. But you certainly got some balance if you get them apart, and together it was pretty dynamic the last two games. So we'll visit with that, how the games goes, how they're doing, and how the matchup is.
So can you overthink it?
Overthink it would be breaking them up. Is that what you're saying?
Or just
We'll see.
Joel over here. I know you only faced Tampa a couple times a year, but what's been your impression of that Johnson line and challenges in stopping them, since I know they've been pretty successful this playoffs?
Yeah, they've been great. As good as any line's been all year. Very consistent, very quick, dangerous off the rush, a lot of trickery, a lot of maneuvering, a lot of anticipation between the three. So I think that's our primary concern going in. Obviously, you got to be aware of Stamkos and his line as well. But I think their rush game is something that you got to contend with, and that line particularly leads the charge.
Joel, you began putting Brad Richards on the top power play unit last series. What have you seen, or have you found any more effective with him on there?
We had a couple of games there where we scored a couple of goals in that last series, and very timely goals, and I think it helped our power play in those games. And we're coming off the last game where he had good playmaking decisions at the point in some tight areas, and relieved some real tight areas as well, and sustained it, and things materialize it. And he's got some good options with Taser, Kaner, and Shazi at the net, and dunks around the offside. So it's worked well. You have options, and on a need basis, we just made a little quick change, and it clicked immediately.
Joel, when another team goes 11-7 in terms of their lineup, how does it affect you matchup-wise? Does it make it a lot different?
We'll see if it turns into a 3-line game or a 4-line game. I think that's something you keep an eye on. But I still think our strength of our team is our depth, and a 4-line rotation is what we look for. And your top guys generally get more ice time anyways, but. He's probably going to be double shifting a guy or two and keeping a 4-line rotation, but we'll see on that.